Have you ever wondered what secrets lie far beneath the surface of the ocean, where sunlight fades into darkness and silence wraps around everything like a velvet cloak? Tonight, we'll drift slowly into that quiet, mysterious world, a place so deep and so untouched that it holds creatures unlike any you've ever imagined. Among these shadowy dwellers is one particularly strange and fascinating being, the goblin shark. With its soft, almost translucent skin tinted a pale pink and a snout that stretches forward like a gentle spear, this creature moves with a slow, deliberate grace through the ocean's depths. It seems almost unreal, like something from a dream or a forgotten legend. The goblin shark is often called a living fossil, a title that hints at its long, hidden history, whispered only in the dark corners of the sea. Tonight, as you settle into your cozy bed, with the world outside growing quiet and your thoughts growing soft, let's explore the unknown origins of this ghostly hunter. Where does it come from? How has it survived so long, hidden in the depths? And what stories does it carry in its ancient bones? Before we dive deeper, I'd love to know, where in the world are you listening from? What time is it there? Share in the comments if you like. It's wonderful to connect with all the quiet minds wandering this sleepy corner of the internet. If these gentle explorations bring you calm or curiosity, please tap the like button and subscribe. It helps others find this relaxing space and encourages me to keep creating these peaceful journeys just for you. Now, let's close our eyes and drift together into the shadowy waters where the goblin shark lingers, a silent guardian of the deep. Imagine a world unlike anything you see in the sunlight, a place where the ocean turns from a sparkling blue to an endless black canvas. This is the deep sea, a vast, cold, and quiet realm that covers more than half of our planet's surface, but remains mostly unexplored. It's a place of shadows and whispers, where creatures adapt in strange and wonderful ways to survive. The goblin shark is one of those creatures, a mysterious inhabitant of the deep, that very few have seen up close and even fewer understand. Picture it gliding slowly through the darkness, its soft pink skin almost glowing faintly in the abyss, an otherworldly silhouette against the blackness. Unlike the sharks you might imagine from movies or shallow waters, the goblin shark isn't a fast, aggressive hunter. It moves deliberately, its body flexible, almost eel-like, allowing it to navigate the cramped crevices and rugged slopes of the ocean floor. The long, flat snout that extends from its head looks almost like a blade made of flesh, lined underneath with tiny electroreceptors called ampullae of Lorenzini, delicate sensors that detect the faintest electric fields produced by other living creatures nearby. This helps the goblin shark locate prey in the darkness, even when it cannot see. The ocean's deep pressure squeezes down here, and the temperature remains just above freezing. Despite such harsh conditions, life thrives, and the goblin shark has survived for millions of years, unchanged in many ways, earning it the nickname of a living fossil. Fossils are the clues left behind by creatures long extinct, but the goblin shark swims on, a link between ancient seas and the present day. Its lineage traces back at least 125 million years, to a time when dinosaurs roamed the Earth's surface, and the oceans were populated by ancient fish and strange reptiles. But unlike many ancient creatures, the goblin shark's story remains cloaked in mystery, like a half-remembered dream. Scientists have struggled to learn about its habits, behavior, and life cycle because it dwells mostly between 300 and 1,200 meters deep, beyond the reach of most submersibles and fishing nets. Its encounters with humans are rare, often accidental, such as when deep-sea trawlers accidentally haul them up from the depths. When this happens, the goblin shark's body can appear limp and delicate, almost fragile, a ghostly visitor in a world it barely leaves. Its unusual appearance has fascinated and puzzled biologists for decades. The pink color comes from blood vessels visible beneath thin, translucent skin, making it look like a creature from the depths of fantasy rather than reality. Its jaws, normally folded back under the snout, can suddenly snap forward with incredible speed to snatch prey, a feature known as slingshot jaws. This adaptation allows it to catch fast-moving fish or squid that venture too close. Imagine that slow, graceful glide suddenly transforming into a quick burst of movement as the jaws extend far beyond the mouth, like a secret trap springing open in the dark. But even with this unique hunting method, the goblin shark is not considered dangerous to humans. Its elusive nature and deep habitat keep it far from human reach, preserving its secrets in shadow. What does it eat? Scientists believe its diet mainly includes small fish, crustaceans, and cephalopods like squid. The deep ocean's scarce food supply has forced the goblin shark to develop a slow metabolism, meaning it doesn't need to eat often. It can afford to be patient, drifting silently and waiting for an opportunity rather than chasing down prey. This patient hunting strategy fits the deep sea's quiet rhythm, where bursts of energy are rare and survival depends on efficiency. The goblin shark's movements also reflect the nature of its environment. Unlike sharks of shallower waters that rely on strong, steady swimming to chase down prey, this deep-sea dweller can hover and maneuver delicately among underwater cliffs and rocky outcrops, using its flexible body and powerful tail. Its fins appear almost flabby, not the rigid, streamlined shape associated with fast swimmers. This soft design helps it conserve energy and navigate complex terrain. Despite decades of research, many questions remain unanswered. For instance, very little is known about its reproduction, how often it breeds, how many pups it has, or where it gives birth. Deep ocean exploration is difficult, and many species, like the goblin shark, live their entire lives beyond human observation. Their ecosystems remain largely a mystery, fragile and unknown. What's more, the goblin shark's rarity makes every sighting a precious event for scientists and ocean enthusiasts alike. Each encounter provides new clues about this enigmatic creature and the deep ocean's hidden world. The story of the goblin shark is not just about a single animal, but a reminder of how much of our planet is still unexplored and how many secrets the deep sea holds. Its ancient lineage and elusive nature call us to respect the vastness and mystery of the ocean, a world that continues to inspire wonder and curiosity. As you listen tonight, imagine yourself drifting silently alongside this ghostly shark in the deep, where light is swallowed and time slows. Let the quiet vastness of the ocean and the mystery of the goblin shark soothe your mind and carry you gently toward sleep. Its slow glide and soft pink hue invite calm, a reminder that even in the darkest places, life persists, quietly, patiently, mysteriously. So breathe deeply and allow the ocean's calm to fill you as the goblin shark swims on, a silent guardian of the deep, carrying stories older than the stars above. Now, as we linger in this deep ocean dreamscape, it's important to pause and reflect on just how different the goblin shark's world is from our own. Imagine the crushing pressure you'd feel if you tried to dive down several hundred meters beneath the waves. It's a force almost unimaginable, enough to crush a human body like a tin can. Yet the goblin shark thrives here, adapting its fragile-looking frame to withstand this relentless weight. Its skeleton is made not of heavy bone but of flexible cartilage, much like other sharks, but even more delicate and pliant to absorb the pressure of the deep. This lightweight frame is part of what makes it so mysterious. It moves with a strange, almost ghost-like grace, but it's built to endure the ocean's crushing embrace. Beneath the surface, the darkness is absolute, broken only by the faintest glimmers of bioluminescent creatures flashing like distant stars in the blackness. In this alien night, the goblin shark is an apex predator, an ancient and efficient hunter in a realm where survival is a slow and steady game. It is a creature perfectly designed for mystery, hidden from the world above, a whisper in the vastness of the ocean. But what exactly drives this deep-sea dweller to move, to hunt, to live? Unlike surface creatures that rely on sight, the goblin shark's eyes are small and underdeveloped, not suited for the near-total darkness. Instead, it relies heavily on other senses, such as its electroreceptors, tiny pores that detect the electric fields generated by the muscle contractions of nearby creatures. This remarkable adaptation lets the shark sense the presence of prey without needing to see it at all, a useful skill when your world is shrouded in perpetual night. The environment of the deep sea also shapes the behavior of the goblin shark in subtle ways. Food is scarce, and the ecosystem is sparse, so the shark must be a patient and opportunistic feeder. It often moves slowly to conserve energy, ready to strike only when the perfect chance arises. Its slingshot jaws are a marvel of evolution, snapping forward with lightning speed to snatch prey in a single, swift motion, then folding back neatly against its body once the catch is secure. There's a quiet power in this slow and steady approach, a lesson in patience from a creature that has survived since the age of dinosaurs. While the goblin shark's biology fascinates scientists, it also raises many unanswered questions about the deep ocean's hidden mysteries. For example, how does it communicate? In the dark, silent depths, sound behaves differently, traveling faster and farther through water than through air. Many deep-sea creatures use bioluminescence, or low-frequency sounds, to communicate, but little is known about the goblin shark's interactions with its own kind. Its rarity makes it difficult to study, and its silent world resists the intrusion of human curiosity. What is known is that the deep sea is a complex and fragile environment, one where every creature plays a unique role, and where the goblin shark fits into the food web as a slow-moving predator, feeding on fish, squid, and crustaceans that inhabit the cold abyss. As humans, we have long been fascinated by the mysteries of the ocean. Tales of sea monsters and ghostly ships have captured imaginations for centuries. Yet the goblin shark is no myth, but a living relic, a reminder that the ocean holds wonders beyond our wildest dreams. Its otherworldly appearance, with a snout that resembles a swordfish and a mouth full of needle-like teeth, has earned it nicknames like the living fossil or slime devil, hinting at its eerie presence in the depths. Despite its name, the goblin shark isn't dangerous to humans. It lives far below the surface, rarely encountered except by deep-sea fishermen. Its slow movements and elusive nature add to its mysterious reputation, as though it belongs to a different era, quietly gliding through the darkness. In fact, the goblin shark has been found in oceans all around the world, from Japan to Australia, and even off the coasts of North America and Africa. Yet sightings are few, and many specimens captured have been juveniles or injured adults, leaving scientists with more questions than answers about its life cycle, breeding habits, and population size. Each new specimen collected offers a glimpse into a world we know so little about, like a puzzle piece falling into place in the grand image of the ocean's biodiversity. The deep sea is sometimes called Earth's final frontier, and the goblin shark stands as a symbol of the unknown, a living reminder that beneath the waves lies a realm still largely unexplored. This vast underwater landscape includes towering mountains, deep trenches, and endless plains of sediment, all hosting unique communities of life. Here, where sunlight never penetrates, adaptations are extreme, and creatures like the goblin shark have evolved features perfectly suited for survival in the dark. From the translucent skin to the extendable jaws, every aspect of its anatomy tells a story of adaptation and resilience. For those who dream of the ocean, the goblin shark captures the imagination as a creature both alien and ancient. Its slow glide and delicate form contrast with the fierce efficiency of its hunting technique. In the stillness of the abyss, it moves silently, a ghostly shadow against the black background of the sea. As you listen to this tale tonight, allow yourself to drift alongside it, feeling the cool pressure of the water, the quiet suspense of the hunt, and the timeless mystery of a creature unchanged by time. The goblin shark invites us to remember that the earth holds secrets far older and deeper than we often imagine. It is a reminder that even in the darkest corners, life finds a way, quietly, patiently, mysteriously. And perhaps in that quiet mystery lies a kind of comfort, a gentle hum beneath the noise of daily life, calling us to rest, to wonder, and to dream. As you close your eyes, picture the goblin shark's soft pink silhouette gliding effortlessly through the midnight sea, a silent guardian of a world just beyond our reach, carrying stories older than any star. Let its slow, rhythmic movement soothe you, its ancient presence whispering peace and calm as you sink deeper into sleep, cradled by the ocean's endless embrace. As we continue our quiet descent into the depths where the goblin shark dwells, it's worth pondering the incredible adaptations that make life possible in such an alien world. Unlike the vibrant coral reefs or sunlit shallows that many of us picture when we think of the ocean, the deep sea is a place of extremes. Here, temperatures hover just above freezing, and sunlight is a distant memory, swallowed entirely by the thick layers of water above. The goblin shark, like many deep-sea creatures, has evolved to embrace this cold, dark environment with traits that might seem strange or even eerie to us, but are essential for its survival. Its pale, almost translucent skin lacks the pigments that protect surface dwellers from sunlight, making it look ghostly in the faint glow of underwater vehicles. This delicate skin also helps the shark conserve energy, an important trait in a habitat where food is scarce and hard-won. Its slow metabolism means it can survive on less, moving languidly through the water to conserve precious energy for the moments it needs to strike. But what truly sets the goblin shark apart, and what has baffled scientists for decades, is its jaw. Imagine a jaw that can shoot forward like a trap, snapping out to catch unsuspecting prey before retracting again with seamless precision. This remarkable mechanism allows the goblin shark to snatch fish, squid, and crustaceans with surprising speed despite its otherwise slow movements. Its jaws, lined with razor-sharp, nail-like teeth, are designed more for gripping than tearing, perfect for grabbing slippery deep-sea prey and swallowing it whole. The jaw's sudden extension creates a vacuum, pulling prey into its mouth before it even realizes the danger. This feeding strategy is a masterpiece of evolutionary engineering, honed over millions of years to thrive in the dim shadows of the deep ocean. But the mystery deepens when we consider the goblin shark's sensory systems. Its small eyes, though functional, are not its primary way of sensing the world. Instead, it relies heavily on the ampullae of Lorenzini, specialized electroreceptors that detect the faintest electrical impulses emitted by other creatures. In the deep, where vision is limited, this ability is invaluable, allowing the goblin shark to hunt effectively even when prey is hidden in the murky darkness. The way these electroreceptors work is fascinating. They pick up electrical signals generated by muscle contractions and nerve impulses in fish and other animals nearby. It's a kind of biological radar, giving the goblin shark a sixth sense that cuts through the shadows of the ocean depths. This stealthy hunter is perfectly tuned to its environment, balancing patience and sudden action in a delicate dance of survival. As we reflect on these adaptations, it's natural to wonder how the goblin shark fits into the larger ecosystem of the deep sea. The deep ocean is a vast, interconnected web of life, with each creature playing a role in the delicate balance of the environment. The goblin shark, as a predator, helps regulate populations of smaller fish and invertebrates, keeping the ecosystem in check. Its slow, methodical approach to hunting contrasts with the often frantic pace of life nearer the surface, reflecting the steady rhythms of the abyss. Yet, despite its crucial role, the goblin shark remains one of the least understood inhabitants of the ocean. Its elusive nature, combined with the technical challenges of exploring such extreme depths, means that much about its behavior, reproduction, and life cycle is still shrouded in mystery. Researchers rely on rare specimens caught accidentally by deep-sea fishing operations or glimpses captured by submersibles to piece together its story. Each new discovery brings excitement but also raises fresh questions. For instance, how does the goblin shark find mates in the vast emptiness of the deep? How often does it reproduce, and what are its offspring like? These questions linger like shadows in the dark, reminders of the ocean's untamed vastness and the limits of human knowledge. This deep-sea world, so remote and alien, challenges our perceptions of life itself. It's a realm where survival depends on subtlety and resilience rather than speed and strength. The goblin shark embodies this balance, moving through its environment with a calm grace that belies its predatory nature. There's a quiet majesty in this ancient creature, a sense of timelessness that connects us to the deep past. And it's this very mystery, this whisper of the unknown, that invites us to dream. As you drift deeper into rest tonight, imagine the goblin shark gliding silently through the black water, a shadow moving with purpose and patience. Feel the gentle pressure of the ocean wrapping around you, the cool embrace of the depths inviting calm and quiet. In this moment, the world above fades away, replaced by the slow pulse of the sea and the soft rhythm of a creature that has survived long before us and will likely endure long after. Sleep well, knowing you've journeyed alongside one of the ocean's most enigmatic residents, carried on a wave of wonder and gentle mystery. Let's now take a closer look at how the goblin shark's presence has fascinated explorers and scientists, and the eerie tales that have grown around this deep-sea phantom. Despite being discovered over a century ago, the goblin shark remains elusive, like a ghost haunting the ocean's darkest corners. Most encounters have been accidental, caught unintentionally by deep-water fishing nets or glimpsed by remotely operated vehicles as they explore the vast underwater canyons and trenches. Each rare sighting adds just a little more detail to our understanding, but also deepens the aura of mystery that surrounds this enigmatic creature. Its almost otherworldly appearance has sparked legends and whispers among fishermen and deep-sea researchers alike. Imagine working far beneath the waves, surrounded by a realm so unfamiliar that every shadow and flicker could signal something unknown. To stumble upon a creature that looks like a cross between a prehistoric monster and a distorted reflection in a funhouse mirror would be enough to quicken anyone's heartbeat. Stories have circulated of its sudden, jaw-snapping attack, of the way it seems to float almost effortlessly in the heavy water, its snout cutting through the currents like a spear. But beyond the scientific intrigue, the goblin shark has also captured the imagination as a symbol of the ocean's deepest secrets, reminders that much of our planet remains uncharted, full of wonders and terrors alike. What makes this creature especially fascinating is its place in the evolutionary timeline. The goblin shark belongs to a lineage dating back over 125 million years, long before the age of dinosaurs had come to an end. It is often called a living fossil because it has retained many primitive features lost in its modern shark cousins. Its soft, flabby body and sluggish movements might seem like signs of weakness, but in the harsh deep-sea environment, they are traits of survival and adaptation. This ancient heritage links us not only to the natural history of Earth, but also to the mysteries of life's persistence against odds. The deep sea is often thought of as a static, unchanging world, but in reality it is a place of slow transformation and subtle evolution, where species like the goblin shark are living proof of resilience. As we consider the physical features of the goblin shark, its long, flattened snout stands out as an iconic attribute, almost like a sword or a blade thrust forward into the darkness. This elongated nose is not just for show, it is packed with sensory organs that help the shark detect prey in complete darkness. The tip of this snout is covered in tiny pores connected to electroreceptors that pick up electrical signals emitted by other animals. This sensory advantage is critical in an environment where visibility is near zero, and even the faintest electrical signature can mean the difference between feast and famine. The shark's pinkish, translucent skin allows it to blend almost invisibly into the dim blue-gray ocean, rendering it a master of disguise in the deep. Its large, protruding eyes are adapted to capture whatever minimal light filters down from the surface or bioluminescent creatures nearby. But in the eternal night of the abyss, it's the electro-sense that truly guides the goblin shark through its shadowy realm. Despite these remarkable adaptations, the goblin shark's lifestyle remains largely a mystery. Observations suggest it is a slow swimmer, conserving energy in a habitat where meals can be few and far between. It likely relies on its jaw's lightning-fast extension to catch prey, lying in wait rather than chasing. This ambush strategy suits the deep-sea environment, where stealth and surprise are more valuable than speed. Its diet probably includes fish, squid, and crustaceans, though the details are scarce. The depths it inhabits, often ranging from 300 to 1,200 meters, are difficult and expensive for humans to explore, which means direct study is limited. What little we know comes from incidental captures and the few deep-sea expeditions that have managed to film or photograph this elusive shark. In the grand scheme of oceanic mysteries, the goblin shark is a tantalizing piece of a much larger puzzle. The deep sea holds countless unknown species, many of which may be just as bizarre or even stranger. Studying creatures like the goblin shark gives us glimpses into the past and the adaptability of life under extreme conditions. It also reminds us of how little we know about the planet's largest habitat, covering more than 60% of Earth's surface. And with the rapid changes facing our oceans due to climate change, pollution, and overfishing, understanding these deep dwellers has never been more urgent. They serve as barometers of ocean health and as sentinels of the unseen world beneath the waves. So as you lie back tonight, let your mind wander to the shadowy depths where the goblin shark glides silently, a relic from another age, a whisper of the unknown. Feel the ocean's vastness stretch beyond your room, a dark velvet cloak sprinkled with tiny points of distant light, each hinting at mysteries waiting patiently to be uncovered. And in this quiet moment, remember that the ocean is still very much alive, full of stories and creatures beyond imagination. Sleep peacefully, carried on the currents of wonder and the gentle rhythm of the deep. Now, let's dive a little deeper into the bizarre jaw mechanism of the goblin shark, a feature so extraordinary it almost defies belief. Imagine a creature whose mouth can shoot forward faster than a blink of an eye, an action that has earned the goblin shark the nickname slingshot shark among some marine biologists. This rapid jaw projection is unlike anything found in most sharks or fish, and it serves as one of the shark's most effective hunting tools in the darkness of the deep ocean. Picture the shark slowly gliding through the cold, pitch-black waters, its elongated snout sweeping ahead, feeling for the faintest signs of movement or electrical signals emitted by nearby creatures. Suddenly, prey comes within striking distance, a small fish, a squid, or crustacean. Without warning, the goblin shark's jaws, normally tucked tightly against its face, snap forward with incredible speed and precision, extending almost like a spring-loaded trap. This rapid projection allows it to capture prey that might otherwise dart away into the murky abyss. The upper and lower jaws can protrude several inches beyond the shark's face, a surreal sight reminiscent of a mechanical contraption or an alien design from the depths of science fiction. This jaw extension is made possible by a specialized ligament system and highly flexible cartilage, which, unlike the rigid bone structures in most animals, allows for this extraordinary movement. When the jaws snap forward, they create a sudden vacuum, pulling prey in almost like a vacuum cleaner. It's a hunting strategy, perfectly adapted to an environment where opportunities to eat can be scarce and seconds count. The slow cruising pace of the goblin shark conserves energy, while its sudden explosive attack maximizes the chance of success. But this jaw doesn't just open wide, it snaps shut with equally impressive speed and force. The tooth arrangement, sharp and slender, is designed to grip slippery prey securely. The teeth resemble needles, ideal for piercing and holding rather than chewing, which matches what we know of its diet. These teeth are also continuously replaced throughout the shark's life, a common feature among sharks, ensuring that their weapons remain sharp and effective in the harsh ocean environment. The mechanics of this jaw action have fascinated scientists for decades, prompting detailed studies and videos captured by deep-sea explorers. Watching slow-motion footage reveals a jaw that seems almost impossible, a combination of flexibility, speed, and strength that challenges our expectations of how living creatures can move. Yet the goblin shark's jaw is just one piece of its evolutionary puzzle. The whole body is designed for a life of stealth and surprise. Unlike the muscular, streamlined bodies of many fast-swimming sharks, the goblin shark has a flabby, almost gelatinous texture. This softness reduces energy expenditure, allowing it to drift effortlessly through the water. Its pinkish, translucent skin, lacking the tough scales common in other sharks, might seem vulnerable but provides excellent camouflage in the dim ocean light. By blending with the surroundings, the shark can approach prey undetected, increasing its chances of a successful hunt. Its large, lidless eyes reflect the minimal light present, helping it to spot faint bioluminescence or movement. But in the dark depths, where sight is limited, the electrosensory system in its snout becomes the primary guide. As with many deep-sea creatures, the goblin shark's survival depends on a delicate balance between conserving energy and seizing fleeting chances to feed. This balance shapes its morphology and behavior in remarkable ways. Understanding these adaptations is not just an academic exercise. It reveals the incredible resourcefulness of life in one of Earth's most extreme environments. What makes the goblin shark even more captivating is how little we still know about it. Despite being known to science for more than 120 years, it remains one of the least understood sharks. Its deep habitat makes it difficult to observe, and its rarity in shallow waters limits opportunities for study. Each new specimen caught or photographed provides valuable clues, but also raises new questions. How does the goblin shark navigate such vast, dark regions? How often does it feed, and what exactly makes up its diet? Does it have any unique social behaviors, or is it a solitary ghost of the deep? These mysteries continue to entice marine biologists, encouraging the development of new technologies to explore the abyss. Modern deep-sea vehicles equipped with high-resolution cameras, advanced sonar, and remote sensing tools have begun to reveal the secret lives of creatures like the goblin shark. Still, many aspects remain elusive, reminding us of the ocean's vastness and our limited reach. Beyond its biology, the goblin shark holds a special place in human culture and imagination. Its strange appearance and mysterious lifestyle have inspired fascination and fear. It appears in documentaries, books, and art as a symbol of the unknown, a reminder that much of our planet remains hidden and unexplored. This shark challenges our perceptions of normality and beauty, pushing us to expand our understanding of what life can be. The goblin shark is not just an oddity, it is a living testament to the power of evolution to adapt and survive in places humans can only dream of visiting. And so, as you prepare to drift into sleep tonight, imagine the goblin shark gliding silently through the inky blackness, its snout probing the shadows, its jaws poised for a swift strike. Let this vision of an ancient elusive hunter inspire a sense of wonder and calm, a reminder that even in the darkest places, life persists, quietly and mysteriously. And as your thoughts settle like the slow-moving currents of the deep ocean, rest easy, knowing that the world beneath the waves holds secrets and stories as rich and endless as the stars above. The goblin shark swims there, a silent guardian of the deep, carrying with it the echoes of Earth's distant past and the promise of discoveries yet to come. Sleep well. As we continue our journey into the deep, shadowy realm of the goblin shark, it's impossible not to marvel at how this creature's entire existence is wrapped in mystery. Unlike the sharks that grace coastal waters or prowling coral reefs, the goblin shark lives in a world almost entirely cut off from sunlight, a realm so alien it might as well be another planet. At depths between 100 and 1,200 meters, sometimes even deeper, where the pressure would crush many creatures and the temperature hovers just above freezing, this shark silently roams. It is a reminder of how little we know about the vast majority of life beneath the waves. Despite its awkward, almost otherworldly appearance, the goblin shark is perfectly adapted to its environment. Its soft, flabby body is a design born of necessity, helping it conserve precious energy in a place where food is scarce and encounters are unpredictable. This spongy flesh, almost translucent in places, helps the shark float effortlessly, a stark contrast to the sleek, muscular forms of sharks that hunt in brighter, shallower waters. Here, speed is less important than stealth and patience. The slow cruising style of the goblin shark fits the deep-sea hunting game, waiting, drifting, sensing, and then striking with sudden precision. Every part of this animal tells a story of adaptation to an environment that humans barely understand. Its skin, a delicate pinkish hue caused by visible blood vessels beneath thin flesh, offers subtle camouflage in the faint twilight of its underwater home. Unlike the tough, rough skin of many sharks, the goblin shark's softer texture is less resistant to abrasion, but perfectly suited to a world where movement is slow and danger comes in unexpected forms. The sensory capabilities of the goblin shark also reflect a life lived in near darkness. Its long snout, studded with sensory pores, is a marvel of biological engineering, equipped with specialized electroreceptors that detect the weak electric fields generated by other animals' muscles and nerves. In the pitch-black depths, where vision is often limited or useless, this sense becomes vital. Imagine having a sixth sense that allows you to see the faintest twitches of nearby creatures, even if they are hidden by rocks or buried in sediment. This ability makes the goblin shark a formidable predator in its quiet realm. Interestingly, while its eyes are relatively large and adapted to capture minimal light, it's the combination of vision and electroreception that gives this shark its edge. Scientists studying deep-sea creatures have noted that relying on multiple senses allows animals like the goblin shark to detect prey more reliably in the challenging conditions of the deep ocean. But even with these incredible adaptations, the goblin shark remains an enigma. Unlike more common species, it's rarely encountered by humans. Most knowledge comes from rare deep-sea trawling catches or fleeting glimpses by submersibles. Every new specimen or video provides valuable insights, but also deepens the mystery. For instance, the goblin shark's reproductive habits remain largely unknown. Scientists suspect it is ovoviviparous, meaning the female retains eggs inside her body until they hatch, giving birth to live young. However, no detailed observations have confirmed this. How many offspring are born? How long do they take to mature? Do they exhibit any parental care? These questions linger, unanswered, like whispers from the depths. The scarcity of direct observation has made the goblin shark a prime subject for deep-sea research and exploration, areas that have only recently begun to benefit from technological advances. Remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, equipped with high-definition cameras and sophisticated lighting systems, have captured rare footage of these sharks in their natural habitat, revealing slow, graceful movements that contradict their grotesque appearance. Watching these images, one gets a sense of the alien yet elegant dance of life far below the waves. The contrast between the shark's prehistoric look and its surprisingly gentle behavior on camera inspires awe. This creature's lineage dates back millions of years, making it a living fossil, a glimpse into ancient seas when early sharks roamed freely before the dominance of modern species. The goblin shark's survival through epochs of climatic and geological upheaval speaks to its resilience and adaptability. Yet, in the face of modern threats, its future may be uncertain. Deep-sea fishing, habitat disturbance, and pollution could pose risks to these elusive animals, though our understanding of their population status is limited. Conservation efforts for deep-sea species often lag behind those for coastal and reef environments, simply because we know so little. The goblin shark reminds us of the many wonders hidden beneath the ocean's surface and the importance of protecting these fragile ecosystems. Beyond its biological and ecological significance, the goblin shark holds a special fascination for storytellers, artists, and dreamers. Its eerie, almost skeletal visage has made it a symbol of the unknown and the uncanny, inspiring tales of sea monsters and ghostly watchers in the deep. In a world increasingly illuminated by artificial lights and technology, creatures like the goblin shark remind us that mysteries still abound. The ocean's depths remain a frontier, a vast, dark canvas where nature paints in shadows and whispers. Imagining the goblin shark gliding silently through those depths can evoke feelings of both wonder and unease, a perfect companion for late-night reflections and calm reveries. As you settle into your own night, let the image of this gentle hunter drifting through the cold, silent waters invite you into a peaceful state of mind. Let your breath slow and your thoughts quiet, mirroring the serene patience of a creature that has mastered the art of waiting. The ocean's pulse, faint and steady, reaches even to the shores where we sleep, carrying the stories of life in worlds far beyond our sight. So tonight, as darkness envelops the land and stars shimmer in the sky, remember the goblin shark, a quiet sentinel of the abyss, an ancient traveler in the deep, and a reminder that even in the most hidden places, life persists with grace and mystery. Sleep well, knowing that the ocean's secrets are safe beneath the waves, waiting patiently for the next curious mind to discover them. As we drift deeper into the abyss, the world around the goblin shark grows ever darker, colder, and more silent, a place where time itself seems to stretch, where the rules of light and sound dissolve into shadows. In this eerie realm, the goblin shark moves like a ghost, a spectral figure from a forgotten age, gliding silently through the endless blackness. Its pale, almost translucent skin seems to absorb the faintest glimmers of bioluminescent light, creating an illusion that it is part of the void itself, a living shadow that slips unnoticed through a world few have ever seen. There is something profoundly unsettling about this creature. Its elongated, flattened snout protrudes like a dagger, tipped with rows of tiny sensory organs that pulse gently, scanning the murky waters for the slightest tremor, a heartbeat, a twitch, a whisper of movement in the dark. This is a world without warning, where prey and predator alike move with deliberate caution. In such a place, silence is a weapon and patience is a deadly art. But the goblin shark's slow, deliberate movements conceal a terrifying power. When it strikes, its jaws spring forward with terrifying speed, like a trapdoor snapping shut in the dim silence. This sudden, almost mechanical movement seems at odds with the rest of its languid grace. Scientists have called this ability the slingshot jaw, a unique adaptation unseen in any other shark. Imagine a jaw so elastic, so spring-loaded, it can shoot forward in a fraction of a second, grabbing prey that might otherwise slip away in the crushing dark. This jaw, lined with sharp, nail-like teeth, reaches out to seize an unlucky fish or squid before retracting smoothly back into place. The moment is so quick, so unexpected, that it might be gone before you realize what happened. It's a reminder that in the deep ocean, appearances deceive. Beneath that ghostly, fragile exterior lies a predator shaped by millions of years of evolution to survive where few dare to go. But just as quickly as the goblin shark strikes, it vanishes again into the shadows, leaving only questions behind. How did such a strange and isolated creature come to exist? What ancient stories are hidden in its DNA, encoded in sequences older than most species on Earth? When scientists first glimpsed the goblin shark, it seemed like a living fossil, a relic of a primordial past that defied the relentless march of time. But recent genetic studies hint that while it belongs to an ancient lineage, it has also adapted in subtle ways, a mysterious blend of old and new. What secrets does it hold about the history of life in the deep sea? How does it navigate the vast, dark expanses where landmarks are scarce and the pressure would crush a human body like glass? These questions haunt every researcher who dares to peer into the abyss. The ocean depths are like a hidden library, and the goblin shark is one of the rare, dusty volumes waiting to be read. But the language remains cryptic, and the pages mostly unread. Even its behavior is shrouded in mystery. Unlike more familiar sharks, it seems to live a solitary existence, rarely encountering others of its kind. What is the purpose of its slow, wandering journey? Does it follow invisible currents or hunt in secret lairs carved into underwater cliffs? Or does it simply drift, a ghost among ghosts, waiting for the currents to bring sustenance? Observations suggest it may feed opportunistically, preying on a variety of slow-moving creatures, deep-sea fishes, cephalopods, crustaceans, but the details remain elusive. How does it find its meals in the near-complete darkness? How does it avoid becoming prey itself in a world full of giants and unseen dangers? The deep ocean is not a quiet sanctuary. It is a battleground where survival depends on cunning, stealth, and sometimes sheer luck. And in this dark chess game, the goblin shark is a master player. But the mystery deepens when we consider the impact of our own world on this ancient dweller. The expansion of deep-sea fishing and mineral exploration has brought human activity into places once untouched for millennia. Bycatch from deep-sea trawling nets sometimes brings up goblin sharks, their fragile bodies torn and damaged, a glimpse of a life interrupted. Scientists worry about the vulnerability of such a slow-moving, rare species. How many goblin sharks have already been lost to our expanding footprint before we even understood their place in the ocean's web? What will become of these silent hunters as the deep sea faces unprecedented changes? In many ways, the goblin shark is a symbol, a sentinel of the unknown, a reminder of the vast mysteries still hidden beneath the waves. It calls to us not just with its strange shape and ghostly visage, but with a quiet plea to respect the depths, to tread carefully, and to cherish the unknown. And so, as you prepare to rest tonight, imagine yourself drifting alongside this elusive creature through the dark, silent waters. Feel the gentle pulse of the ocean currents, the soft sway of underwater forests of kelp, the distant flicker of glowing creatures. Let your mind wander to the places untouched by human light and sound, where the goblin shark roams, eternal and unseen. Let its mystery lull you into calm, a slow rhythm of curiosity and peace. Sleep now, knowing that in the deepest shadows of the sea, life moves quietly, patiently, holding secrets older than time itself, waiting for the next explorer to listen. As the goblin shark glides through its silent domain, it invites us to consider the vastness of the deep ocean, a place so remote and so dark that it defies ordinary understanding. It is not just a habitat, but a realm almost alien in its conditions, an environment where sunlight barely penetrates, where water pressure presses down with the weight of mountains, and where temperatures hover just above freezing. This is a world that challenges life itself, where only the most extraordinary adaptations allow creatures to survive. The goblin shark is one such marvel, a living testament to evolution's patience and creativity. Yet its very existence poses profound questions. How does it sense its surroundings when the darkness is absolute? How does it move with such eerie grace in a place that feels endless and unchanging? Scientists believe that the key lies in its extraordinary sensory organs. Along the underside of its long, flattened snout lies a network of electroreceptors called the ampullae of Lorenzini. These tiny, jelly-filled pores can detect the faintest electrical fields generated by the muscle contractions of prey animals. In the complete blackness of the deep sea, where vision is nearly useless, this ability is like having an invisible radar. It allows the goblin shark to see the heartbeat of a shrimp hiding in the sand, or the flutter of a squid's fin hundreds of feet away. But even this remarkable adaptation has limits, and much of the goblin shark's behavior remains hidden in shadow. There have been very few direct observations of these creatures in their natural habitat. Most of what we know comes from rare encounters, often involving individuals accidentally caught in deep-sea fishing nets or captured on low-light cameras deployed by explorers daring to probe the ocean's depths. Each glimpse is fleeting, like a secret whispered across the waves, and every time the goblin shark appears on a screen or in a researcher's net, it sparks excitement and curiosity, as well as frustration at how little we truly understand. It moves slowly, almost languidly, its pinkish-white body pulsing gently as if breathing underwater. Its small eyes hint at a creature that relies less on sight and more on other senses. A being that has adapted not for speed or agility, but for patience and stealth. This slow, deliberate pace may be the key to its survival, an evolutionary choice to conserve energy in an environment where food is scarce and encounters with other creatures can be perilous. The deep ocean is not only cold and dark, but also filled with unseen dangers, giant squids with glowing eyes, massive deep-diving whales, and other predatory fish with powerful jaws and speed. How does the goblin shark avoid becoming prey? How does it coexist in this complex ecosystem? Some scientists speculate that its ghostly appearance serves as camouflage, blending into the faint, ghostly light of the deep or the flicker of bioluminescent organisms. Others believe that its slow movements and long snout make it less noticeable or less appealing as a target. But the truth is, we still do not know. Our ignorance is vast. This ignorance is a reminder of how much remains unexplored in our oceans, how the majority of life on Earth remains hidden from view. Every deep dive, every new sonar scan, every faint image sent back from the abyss reveals fragments of a world so different from our own that it feels almost otherworldly. The goblin shark is a symbol of this hidden life, a bridge between ancient past and present mystery. It has survived mass extinctions, shifting continents, and the rise of mammals, all while slipping quietly beneath the waves. Yet despite this resilience, the creature's future is uncertain. As humans increasingly venture into the deep, seeking resources or expanding fishing zones, the fragile balance of this ecosystem is at risk. Deep-sea trawling can devastate habitats, and bycatch can reduce populations of rare species like the goblin shark. What impact will climate change have on the deep sea's delicate chemistry and temperature gradients? Will shifting ocean currents disrupt the patterns of life that have persisted for millions of years? These questions echo in the silence of the deep. Our understanding is only beginning to catch up with the scale of change. But beyond the science and conservation, the goblin shark holds a certain poetic power. It is a creature that seems to emerge from the pages of myth, a being that challenges our notions of beauty and fear, of the known and the unknown. Its otherworldly shape, its haunting smile of sharp teeth, and its slow, deliberate movements make it a figure both eerie and mesmerizing. It embodies the ocean's dual nature, alluring and terrifying, inviting exploration yet. Warning of limits. For those who study it, the goblin shark is a puzzle and a muse. It reminds us that the natural world is filled with wonders that defy easy explanation, that invite us to look deeper, to listen more carefully, and to embrace mystery rather than fear it. In the quiet moments before sleep, imagine the goblin shark gliding through the inky blackness, a sentinel of the deep, a guardian of ancient secrets. Let its slow, steady presence calm your thoughts, its silent world a balm to the noise and haste of the day. In its quiet grace lies a story millions of years old, a story still being written beneath the waves. And as you drift toward dreams, carry with you the wonder of that hidden world, the beauty of the unseen, and the promise that the ocean's depths will always hold mysteries worth seeking. As we follow the quiet path of the goblin shark deeper into the shadowy abyss, we come to realize that this creature is more than just a curiosity. It is a living link to a world both ancient and alien, a place where the usual rules of life seem to shift and bend. The deep sea, often called Earth's final frontier, is a realm that remains vastly unexplored, despite covering more than 60% of our planet's surface. The pressure here is immense, with crushing weights that would obliterate most life forms on the surface. The temperature lingers just above freezing, and sunlight does not penetrate beyond the upper few hundred meters, leaving the vast majority of the ocean in perpetual darkness. In this near-total blackness, life has adapted in extraordinary ways. Some creatures have developed bioluminescence, the ability to produce light from within their own bodies, creating eerie glows and flickers in the dark. Others have evolved massive eyes to capture the faintest glimmers, while some, like the goblin shark, rely on senses far beyond human imagination to hunt and survive. This strange environment is not only remote, but also mysterious because of how difficult it is for humans to study. Technology has made great strides with submersibles and deep-sea drones capable of withstanding crushing pressures and transmitting images from the depths. Yet, even with these advances, sightings of the goblin shark remain rare and fleeting, often accidental encounters rather than the result of deliberate observation. Most knowledge about this elusive shark comes from specimens caught in deep-sea fishing nets or washed ashore, offering only a glimpse of its biology and behavior. The goblin shark's lineage stretches back more than 125 million years, making it a living fossil, a survivor from an age before dinosaurs ruled the land. Its ancient ancestry is etched into its unique anatomy, the elongated, flattened snout filled with electrosensitive organs, the protrusible jaws that snap forward like a mousetrap, and the translucent pink skin stretched taut over a slender frame. Each feature is a clue to how this creature has persisted in an environment few others dare to tread, but many questions remain unanswered. How exactly does the goblin shark hunt in complete darkness? How often does it reproduce, and what is its life cycle like? How does it navigate the vast, featureless expanse of the deep ocean? What is its role within the complex web of life that exists far from the sunlit surface? These mysteries linger in the dark waters, waiting patiently for curious minds and brave explorers to uncover their secrets. In the silence of the deep, the goblin shark moves like a ghost, a shadow slipping between the rocks and the soft sediment. It is a patient predator, likely feeding on fish, squid, and crustaceans, using its sensitive snout to detect faint electrical signals. When prey is within reach, the shark's jaw suddenly shoots forward, a remarkable mechanism that allows it to snatch food with incredible speed and precision, despite its otherwise slow movements. This sudden burst of action contrasts sharply with its usual deliberate pace, a reminder that even in the darkest depths, life is full of surprises and moments of fierce vitality. The deep sea itself is a place where time seems to stretch and blur. Processes that on the surface take hours or days may take weeks or months here. Creatures like the goblin shark move slowly, conserving energy in an environment where food is scarce. Reproductive cycles can be prolonged, with few offspring produced over a lifetime, each one precious and vital to the continuation of the species. This slow rhythm of life adds to the sense of mystery and timelessness that surrounds the goblin shark and its home. Beyond its biological marvels, the goblin shark serves as a symbol of the unknown, a reminder of how much remains hidden beneath the ocean's waves. The deep sea challenges our assumptions and invites us to imagine worlds beyond human experience, places where light is a stranger, where pressure crushes like a fist, and where life finds a way in forms both strange and beautiful. For centuries, the ocean's depths have inspired myths and legends, tales of monsters and spirits lurking beneath the surface. The goblin shark, with its haunting appearance and elusive nature, feels like a creature born from those stories, a phantom of the deep that both fascinates and unsettles. Yet it is real, a part of our planet's living history, waiting patiently in the dark. As we contemplate this enigmatic shark, we can also reflect on our own relationship with the ocean and the natural world. The deep sea is one of the last great wildernesses on Earth, a place where human footprints have barely touched. It holds treasures of biodiversity, unique ecosystems, and untold scientific knowledge that could help us understand the planet's past and future. Protecting this fragile environment is a responsibility that rests with all of us, a challenge that requires curiosity, respect, and humility. The goblin shark reminds us that there is still much to discover, much to learn, and much to cherish beneath the waves. And so, as the night deepens and your thoughts begin to drift, imagine the goblin shark gliding silently through the endless dark, a silent sentinel in a world of shadows. Let its slow, steady motion calm your mind and lull you into a peaceful rest. In the quiet embrace of the deep ocean, mysteries unfold gently, inviting you to dream of distant worlds and ancient creatures, of secrets kept beneath the waves, and the endless wonder of the unknown. Sleep well, knowing that even in the darkest places, life persists, moves, and whispers its timeless song. As your mind settles into the gentle rhythm of the deep ocean's mysteries, it's worth pondering how the goblin shark and its enigmatic relatives connect to the broader story of life on Earth. This ancient creature is more than just an oddity of the sea. It's a living testament to evolution's slow, intricate dance. In the quiet depths where it dwells, time is measured not in seconds or minutes, but in geological epochs and evolutionary milestones. The goblin shark's lineage traces back to a time when the seas were ruled by long-extinct creatures, when the Earth itself was reshaping under colossal forces. Through countless generations, this shark has survived shifts in climate, mass extinctions, and the rise and fall of countless species. Each adaptation it carries is a silent echo of those vast epochs, etched into its very form. Its distinctive snout, packed with electroreceptors called ampullae of Lorenzini, is not merely a curiosity but a vital tool finely tuned to the dark and silent world it inhabits. In the pitch-black environment of the deep sea, where vision offers little advantage, the ability to detect the faint electrical fields produced by other living creatures is a crucial advantage. This sixth sense allows the goblin shark to navigate and hunt with a precision that belies its slow, ghostly movements. As it moves through the shadowy waters, it is both hunter and survivor, a creature perfectly adapted to its mysterious realm. Yet, despite its remarkable adaptations, the goblin shark remains elusive to science. Much of what we know is pieced together from rare encounters and fragmented data. Its secretive lifestyle and the inaccessibility of its habitat mean that many of its behaviors, reproductive habits, and ecological roles are still shrouded in darkness. This lack of knowledge only deepens the aura of mystery, inviting us to imagine what secrets still lie hidden in the deep. It also highlights the challenges of exploring the ocean's depths, a realm that is, in many ways, as alien to us as distant planets or far-off galaxies. The technology required to study creatures like the goblin shark must endure crushing pressures, freezing temperatures, and total darkness. Even our most advanced submersibles can only scratch the surface of this vast frontier. Each glimpse into the deep is precious, a fleeting window into a world that remains largely unexplored. This scarcity of knowledge fuels a profound sense of wonder and humility. It reminds us that, despite all our scientific progress, there are still realms where nature's mysteries remain intact, untouched by human hands. The goblin shark is a living symbol of that untouched world, a creature that carries with it the quiet majesty of the deep sea's timeless silence. But the mystery of the goblin shark extends beyond biology and evolution. It touches on deeper questions about our place in the natural world and the limits of human understanding. What does it mean to live in darkness, to thrive in silence, to exist where light and warmth are luxuries never afforded? How do creatures like the goblin shark perceive their world? What is it like to be a shadow among shadows, a ghost in an endless ocean of black? These questions are impossible to answer fully, but they invite us to expand our imagination and empathy, to recognize that life takes many forms, each adapted to its own environment and each deserving of respect and fascination. In a way, the goblin shark invites us to listen, not just with our ears, but with our minds and hearts, to the quiet stories of the deep, its slow, deliberate movements, its ancient lineage, and its eerie appearance speak volumes without words. They tell of resilience, adaptation, and the hidden beauty of the natural world. As you drift towards sleep, consider the silent symphony of the ocean depths, where creatures like the goblin shark glide gracefully through the dark. Let the mystery of this ancient shark soothe your thoughts and inspire your dreams. Imagine the vast, cold waters stretching endlessly, a realm where every shadow hides a story and every silence hums with life. In this quiet place, there are no hurry, no chaos, only the steady, eternal rhythm of the deep. The goblin shark is a guardian of that rhythm, a keeper of the ocean's ancient secrets. Sleep well, carried gently by the deep sea's timeless embrace, and dream of the mysteries that await beneath the waves. As your thoughts gently float deeper into the ocean's embrace, consider the eerie beauty of the goblin shark's hunting strategy, a quiet, calculated dance beneath the waves that few have ever witnessed. This shark moves with a stealth that seems almost supernatural, a ghostly figure gliding through the blackness, barely disturbing the water around it. Unlike the rapid strikes of some predators, the goblin shark employs a slow, deliberate approach, conserving energy in an environment where every calorie counts. When it detects prey, often small fish or squid, it unleashes one of the most astonishing features of its anatomy, the jaw mechanism. Its jaws, unlike those of many sharks, are highly protrusible, capable of shooting forward in an explosive snap to capture prey before it can escape. This sudden, forward thrust is almost mechanical in nature, a rapid extension that allows the shark to snatch food from the darkness with remarkable speed. Imagine the scene. In the silent depths, a fish senses a vague disturbance in the water, a faint electrical field detected just moments before the goblin shark's jaw snaps forward like a trap closing in an instant. This jaw is lined with slender, needle-like teeth, perfect for gripping slippery prey in the murky abyss. Then, just as quickly, the jaws retract, pulling the catch back into the shark's mouth, hidden once again within the grotesque folds of its snout. This remarkable hunting method is a perfect match for the environment. Energy efficiency, stealth, and rapid strike capability combined into one deadly tool. But this jaw mechanism also contributes to the creature's unsettling appearance, adding to its reputation as the living fossil of the seas, a being out of time and place. The goblin shark's silhouette, a flattened head, a protruding snout, and jaws that seem almost mechanical, looks like something from a nightmare or a deep-sea fantasy. It's no wonder that sailors of old spun tales of monsters lurking beneath the waves, creatures born of shadow and mystery. In truth, this shark is less monster and more marvel, a creature perfectly adapted to one of the most extreme environments on Earth. Yet, despite its terrifying appearance and unusual hunting technique, the goblin shark is a relatively gentle denizen of the deep, posing no threat to humans. Its rarity means that encounters are few and far between, and when it does appear, it is often a silent visitor, curious but cautious. This elusive nature only fuels the fascination and speculation that surround it. Scientists continue to study the few specimens brought to the surface, piecing together clues about their biology and behavior, but many questions remain unanswered. How does the goblin shark reproduce? Where exactly does it spend its entire life cycle? What role does it play in the deep ocean ecosystem? Each new discovery often leads to more questions, like the ocean itself. Vast, mysterious, and never fully revealed. This sense of mystery is part of what makes the goblin shark such a compelling figure in marine science. It embodies the unknown, a reminder that despite centuries of exploration, the deep sea remains largely uncharted territory. Its secrets are guarded by crushing pressure, eternal darkness, and the sheer vastness of the ocean. And yet, the goblin shark is not alone in its shadowy world. It shares the depths with countless other strange and fascinating creatures, each adapted to the rigors of life far from sunlight. Bioluminescent fish that glow like stars, giant squid that glide silently in the abyss, and other ancient sharks with their own unique histories. Together, they form a hidden kingdom, a realm of wonders that challenges our understanding of life and survival. The deep ocean's darkness is not empty. It is alive with silent stories and slow rhythms. It's a place where evolution's creativity shines brightest, crafting forms and behaviors that seem alien but are perfectly suited to their world. And among them, the goblin shark stands as a symbol of this mysterious beauty, a creature both bizarre and magnificent, a living relic from a distant past. As you listen to this story in the calm quiet of night, imagine the slow, deliberate glide of the goblin shark through cold, black waters. Picture its ancient eyes adapted for seeing what little light exists. Feel the slow pulse of the deep sea, a heartbeat that has echoed through the ages. This world is vast and unknown, but it invites you to dream of exploration, of discovery, and of the mysteries that await just beyond our reach. Let these thoughts lull you gently towards sleep, carrying you on the waves of imagination and wonder. Because in the end, the goblin shark reminds us that even in the darkest depths, there is life. There is mystery, and there is beauty waiting patiently to be understood. As you drift even further into this quiet realm, let your mind linger on the idea that the ocean's deepest shadows hold stories far older than our own history. Stories told not in words, but in the slow, patient rhythms of life, adapted to eternal night. The goblin shark, with its almost mythical appearance and elusive nature, serves as a haunting reminder that the Earth's oceans are still filled with secrets, waiting patiently to be uncovered. Imagine the pressure crushing down from thousands of meters above, a relentless weight pressing in, yet this shark moves through it with ease, a silent sentinel of the abyss. Its rough, almost translucent skin and the long, flattened snout. These are not just features, but adaptations shaped over millions of years, whispers of an ancient world where creatures like this ruled before us. And perhaps, in those distant times, this shark was not a shadowy oddity, but a dominant hunter, a master of its domain, cruising through prehistoric seas when the world was a very different place. This thought invites a peaceful kind of awe, the realization that life is far more resilient and varied than we often imagine. The goblin shark's existence bridges epochs, connecting us to the mysteries of evolution and the unyielding will to survive. Yet, even as we marvel, there remains an undeniable mystery about the creature's life. It is still largely a stranger to us. Its behaviors, its reproductive cycles, its social interactions, these are fields of silent study, open for future explorers who dare to descend into the darkness. Technology is slowly catching up. Deep-sea submersibles and remote-operated vehicles can now reach the crushing depths where this shark lives, capturing fleeting glimpses, shadowy images, and samples that help illuminate this hidden world. But the vastness and inaccessibility of the deep ocean mean that much will remain unknown for a long time. This uncertainty is part of the goblin shark's allure. It represents a world beyond our full understanding, a realm where nature still holds its secrets close. As you lay there, eyes growing heavy, let this mystery be a gentle invitation, a soft whisper from the depths that beckons you to dream of the unknown. Imagine the slow, graceful movements of this ancient shark, the subtle flick of its tail propelling it silently through cold, dark waters, the gentle flutter of its jaws capturing an unsuspecting squid or fish. Visualize the way its eyes, adapted to the dim blue light of the deep, might scan the shadowy water for signs of life, a faint electrical pulse, or a slight disturbance in the current. Consider the ecosystem it inhabits, one of delicate balances and intricate relationships, where every creature plays a role in the vast underwater web of life. The goblin shark, a patient hunter in a world of darkness, reminds us that survival is not always about speed or strength, but about adaptation and resilience. And as your mind slowly fades toward sleep, let the image of this mysterious, beautiful creature be the last thing you hold on to, a symbol of the ocean's endless capacity to surprise and inspire. The world above may be loud and busy, but the deep ocean offers a silent sanctuary, a place of quiet wonder and ancient secrets. The goblin shark swims there still, a living fossil, a ghost of the depths, quietly reminding us that some mysteries are meant to endure, patiently waiting for the curious, the dreamers, and the explorers. So rest now, knowing that while you sleep, the ocean's dark heart beats on, and the goblin shark continues its timeless journey through the shadowy waters far beneath the waves. Sleep well and dream of the deep.